And this Sunday on Facing South Florida, Congressman Ted Deutch talks to CBS 4's Jim DeFede about the push from Governor Ron DeSantis to reopen the state. Deutch argues reopening businesses may be warranted, but only if the state has a comprehensive plan. Here's a part of that discussion.
We don't want to just leave the house. We want to do it safely, and we want to do it in a way that's going to allow a lot more opportunity for people who have been decimated economically as a result of this pandemic.
Ron DeSantis says that he's actually got an oversupply of tests, that there are more tests available than people want to take them. I will tell you as well, I've had conversations with Jared Moskowitz, who has made a similar claim to me. He says that his testing sites that he set up are able to do, X thousand a day, and they're doing less than they can. Right. So they're saying that the ability for people to be tested is there. People just aren't coming out to be tested.
And they've ramped up testing, and there are a lot of sites now. And I give Director Moskowitz credit. I give the administration in Tallahassee credit for focusing on getting more testing, because that's what we need to do. And they understand that. The question is, what's the plan? It's no surprise, I don't think, Jim, that if you've been at home for 6 or 8 weeks and you feel okay, there's no urgency to go get a test. Just like contrast that with the very beginning of this in the middle of March, when we went on stay-at-home orders, and everyone wanted to get tested because we were all so afraid. Well, it's not just a matter of having the test. There needs to be a plan. Who gets tested? When do they get tested? How do we make sure that when we know that asymptomatic people can spread the disease, how do we make sure that employees who are forward-facing and talking to customers actually get tested, so that we're certain that they're not going to spread it? It's, again, this isn't hard. We know it has to be done. And I'm not saying this in any sort of confrontational way. It just puzzles me that we're going forward. We don't have this plan in place yet. Everyone knows, every scientist you talk to, every public health official you talk to says, yes, we need testing and we need tracing. We need a plan to isolate people if they test positive. Let's just figure it out. We've been asking these questions of the state of Florida for weeks and received no answers at all. And the thing that's been so puzzling to me throughout all of this is the unwillingness on the part of some in Tallahassee to engage, to deal with those of us, and it's most of us, who only want to work together to help the economy move forward and to help save lives. That's the goal here. And the last thing I'll say is, we have this whole conversation. The most important part, the most important issue by far, is that we take care of the heroes in all this, the frontline workers, the doctors and nurses and hospital workers, and all of the people who too often, the people working in long-term care facilities who still today are being asked to wear N95 masks sometimes for a whole day, sometimes the same mask for a whole week, who are being asked. I talked to someone the other day at a long-term care facility who was told to wear a plastic bag because they didn't have enough gowns. That's not acceptable.
No, I spoke to a doctor at Jackson yesterday who was telling me that yes, they have supplies, but he's still under orders to wear the same N95 mask for 3 days.
I just want to explain, when we raise this issue, the answer that we'll get back is, well, we're doing everything pursuant to CDC guidelines. That's what you want. The problem is, they're using the crisis guidelines for CDC, the ones that say, yes, when the emergency rooms are overwhelmed, then you have to do that. Well, we can't, on the one hand, say everything is great, there's plenty of PPE, and then turn around and say, but we're going to continue to use these crisis guidelines that requires doctors and nurses who are putting their lives at risk to wear the same mask day after day after day. That's what we're trying to get our arms around.
You can hear more of the interview Sunday at 11:30 on Facing South Florida. Jim will also talk to Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber and take a deeper look at the federal court case last week regarding Amendment 4. and the state's effort to block thousands of felons who have completed their prison time from being able to vote. It's a case that could have a tremendous impact on the November election.